Oh, ladies and gents, we finally got an update on this film, the Army of the Dead. We saw this shooting ages ago, and then it kind of just faded into complete obscurity. And I actually had the script, or a script version anyway, to this film, and it was balls to the wall. I don't know if it's going to be good or not, or even if they use the same script, but it was definitely balls to the wall. It reminded me of a video game, like a lot like a video game. So now, thanks to EW, so Entertainment Weekly, we now have our first official look at the cast, and I think it. Well, I've got some thoughts basically, and I thought we'd go through it together. So we don't have the trailer yet, but they're saying here that the first trailer is expected to debut later this month, and the writer-director has now unveiled 2 official stills via Entertainment Weekly, so that's Zack Snyder. The first spotlights Dave Bautista's character Scott Ward and Ella Purnell as his apparent sister? Question mark? Kate, and we also have a look at most of the main cast ensembled for a shot with definite James Cameron Aliens vibes. And there is that vibe. And I don't actually think it's a bad thing. So we'll scroll down, right? Here's Dave Bautista. I mean, he looks like Dave Bautista, doesn't he? Let's be honest. I actually have a lot of hope for Dave Bautista now, because he's one of these people that I don't think gets nearly enough credit for his acting. Like, he can actually act. I think, to me, it proved it in Blade Runner 2049, but then also one of the short films that was released. There's a really good short film, and I think he's good. I genuinely do. And he was in a sort of a break-in, almost post-apocalyptic hitman movie. I think it was called Hotel Artemis. I can't remember exactly, but I did a review of it, and I really enjoyed that film, and I really enjoyed him. He's more than just a big grunter. You know, he can actually act, and I genuinely do feel like Blade Runner 2049 was just the tip of the iceberg for him. But we had basically a comment from Snyder, and it says, so you expect pure zombie mayhem, and you get that 100%. But also, you get these really amazing characters on a fantastic journey. It's going to surprise people, but there's a lot of warmth and real emotion with these great characters. And now I'm going to compare this to Peninsula, right? Peninsula is Train to Busan's sequel. Ugh, it's so bad. But I'm going to compare it in that regard, because I think that this will be the better version of it. Because Train to Busan 2, Peninsula, is a heist film in a post-apocalyptic zombie setting. And this is the same kind of thing. It's a heist movie in Vegas when the zombie apocalypse has happened. So I compared the two, but I think that this will actually be, much better. So here's the one of the main images of all the cast, and there's no one there notably that I would say, oh, they're a good actor, or they blah blah blah, nothing. But I will say, it does have Aliens vibes, but only on the most shallow of elements. You've got a woman with a bandana. You've got a bunch of what look to be marine-type characters, right? That's it. And then outside of that, there is nothing Aliens about it. Because Aliens has a nice cinematography and editing-wise, has a nice blue hue across it. And this doesn't have any of that at all. And it won't either. Like, it's not going to have that. And I don't think that's bad. But people comparing it to Aliens is purely just because of that. It's an ensemble cast. You've got a bandana there, looks like Vasquez, and that's basically it, to be honest. But I think it looks good. Like, I am genuinely interested in this. And we had some comments from Dave Bautista as well. And again, this is kind of, building up his sort of reputation in my eyes, personally. I get he has his detractors, but I really do like him. So he actually says that he wasn't initially on board with the project, but he does say something quite interesting here, which was, I said I wasn't interested. right? But then he had this chip on his shoulder and was looking for juicy, dramatic roles. Then he read the script, and it was a lot deeper and had more layers than I thought. And also, to be quite frank, I wanted to work with Zack. We're running around, killing zombies on craps tables. It's just a ton of fun. And again, I think that sings to the fact that he was for a time he was looking to access deeper roles with a lot more nuance. Because again, he's been quite smart. You know, he broke through with really basic crap, like the stuff that he started in the film industry with was crap, and then he moved on to bigger things, right? Much bigger things. He got considered for comedic timing roles with Guardians of the Galaxy. He's been considered for now more serious roles, and now he's being quite careful with what he picks, and it sings to that, to be perfectly honest. So that all looks really good, right? Now I believe that this is still being released on Netflix, and they're even making an anime of it about his character. So that's very well, I mean, it's saying how important his character is at the very least. And then we got some very interesting things from Zack Snyder as well. So Zack Snyder's teased this, right? He says it's a full-blown balls-to-the-wall zombie heist movie. So it's genre on genre in a great way. So you expect a pure zombie mayhem, and you get that 100%. But also you get these really amazing characters and a fantastic journey. It's going to surprise people that there's a lot of warmth and real emotion with these great characters. So an expansion of kind of what we've already said. But then interestingly, there's a Snyder Cut tease, which I thought was quite comical. So we go through to here. Someone just shared this over on Twitter. So you got the image here, the big image, right? And if I shuffle my face out of the way, and we just scroll this down. In this corner here, right, someone zoomed in. And it looks like Justice League. And that's what he's done. So yeah, it is. Someone said, is it Justice League Zack Snyder cut? And he said, is it real? This is what Snyder shared on Vero. So again, just a nice... Whatever you think of the Snyder Cut or not, it doesn't really matter. The guy can market himself, and he's definitely marketing himself to his core fan base. Says, is it real? Does it exist? Of course it does. And that's the Snyder Cut thing. He's just taking the piss out of everyone. Zack Snyder, Justice League, Director's Cut. Running time, 2:14. There you go. Interesting. So I'm really looking forward to this. I think this will be good fun. And I hope it's good as well. Like I said, I think this will be the better version of Train to Busan 2. Because that was garbage. That was garbage. Painfully garbage, in fact. Awful film. Hated it from start to finish. And this one just... all of it looks pretty decent. You know? Like, good bokeh effect there. Like, that looks pretty decent as a still. Like, the lenses they're using is pretty good. The cinematography is quite nice. It's not quite muted. Normally Zack Snyder has a habit of doing quite muted sort of colours. This isn't that muted at all. Looks like it's got like a bit of a yellowy, almost sandy tinge to it all. But it looks great. I'm excited. I hope you are too. Let me know your thoughts though down below in the comment section. If you're new here, do hit subscribe. Thank you so much for watching. Take care.